And it seems as though a move for Julio Enciso to Ipswich Town is truly on the cards. Now, 30 million for Enciso is not a bad deal at all. I don't think anyway, at least this is coming from a Brighton fan, as someone that watched him so much. And you guys have obviously seen him briefly on loan, at least when you were last in the Premier League, from us as well. And I think we can talk about Enciso, we kind of will say similar things. We know that he's a little bit erratic, so to speak. We know that he likes to take shots on and kind of go for things. But since he's been at Strasbourg, he's definitely improved. He's turned into a lot more of a mature player. And we kind of saw that at the World Cup as well. You know, Paraguay weren't necessarily at their best, you would say. But Enciso is certainly a bright spark. He's such an exciting player, someone that, as I said, likes to take shots on, likes to make things happen. He's kind of very for himself, if you know what I mean. He's quite a selfish player, but sometimes that's not necessarily a bad thing. Obviously, you guys already have Fatawu as well, signed from Leicester City. He's, again, a very similar sort of nature player, someone that likes to cut inside, someone that likes to, doesn't lack confidence, likes to shoot from distance and make things happen himself. Philogene as well, as we know, very decent player sort of going forward. And Enciso, I want to talk about his time at Brighton and kind of the player that we had versus probably what is now, because Enciso's definitely changed. I think when he first came to Brighton, it was like, the rawness we kind of saw when he was at Ipswich as well was probably the most prevalent sort of thing. You were kind of thinking, okay, is he ever going to sort of iron this out? But he did also score probably one of the greatest goals I've personally ever witnessed at the Amex. So I've been going to games, so literally ever. And he scored literally from about 35 yards out. If you look it up, it was runner-up of the Puskas Awards back in the 2023 season. It was absolutely exceptional. I think it was even on the Sky intros for a fair bit of time against Manchester City as well. And it was a goal that all but got us into Europa League for the first time in our history. So I would say, Enciso, be excited. It's a very big deal. I think we had a bit of a sort of sell-on clause in this as well, so we could even end up accumulating a little bit of money, which is quite nice to see. But overall, it looks like a pretty decent deal. I think you guys also have a sell-on clause in the deal, so if you are to get relegated, at least if a sale does happen, it's not the end of the world for you. I'll be intrigued because if he does have a good season, I wonder if it starts happening back up again, and perhaps Chelsea could be on his radar as well. I think everyone was a little bit disappointed that he ended up going to Blueco because they've kind of signed so many of our top talents, and in fact Valentin Barco is now there, Facundo Buonanotte for a bit on loan, and Ciso's another one, etc, etc, etc. And we're kind of looking at it thinking, if he does go there, are we ever going to get him back? Maybe you would argue that his time is probably better spent in England. No one's really seen too much of him since he's been in Ligue 1, but a really exciting talent and someone that I would definitely be keeping an eye on next season. And Ipswich Town, I mean, look, I don't think you're in bad stead. I do think that there's an opportunity for you to be able to kick on this season. I'm definitely keeping an eye, and I do not want to write you off for relegation just yet, and Enciso is a big reason behind that.